Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Piotr Wissner. How you doing, guys? Hello. So, in today's episode, we will talk about TV repairs and what Inte.Team is trying to achieve. Okay, so the first part we will talk what two types of the TVs we have. Let's go to the first video. That's a diffuser, and diffuser sheet is spreading the light across the backlight, yes. With those are the LEDs, as we know, those who fix them. When you remove them, they are bent. You can't remove them almost. You would have to spend a lot of time to remove them, you know, like perfectly. So you need to, if you want to cut the time and make it work for you and for the customer, you need to do it quite quickly. So in that case, it's bent always, yes, when you're removing it. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but in general, it's a strip. Those diodes become dark, and instead of taking, let's say, like these 6 volts and 0.2 amps, they are taking 0.13 amp, 0.0 something amp, and then the rest are having more amps, and then they are burning, and then they are melting diffuser, that sheet in the first place here on the edge, and then you've got a shadow here at this area, yes, which you can't get rid of. So that's a second type of a backlight. That's a full backlight, and this is an older technology. Yes, it's still used in some of the tellies. You can still buy TV with a full backlight, but both of those technologies have those LEDs underneath the display, and the display, after removing and placing it back, you can see this light, no, not light, but the vertical line here shouldn't be. That's when I was replacing the backlight, yes, and I put it back and the line came up. And that's because those cuffs here, it's called chip on film. You can see chip here and then film here around it. Those cuffs are really fragile. See, when I'm transporting the display from one room to another, when I'm replacing it, it has only you know, like hangers here, 1 or 2 hangers, depending how I see how, you know, how strong it is. Then I'm taking it, hooking up, and then I can take it to the second room. If I see that it's, you know, like still wobbly too much, those driver boards here, then I'm putting 2, 1 here and 1 here. Most of the time one is okay, yes, it's supporting well. But then you can see that the display is 1/10 of an inch about, or 2-3 millimeters thick only, so it's really fragile. Plus those cuffs are bonded, they are bonded on the glue, they are not soldered, yes, and then any moves can harm them. It's really easy to see, they are here at the bottom of the TV. And then when you're removing as well the backlight, to get to the bottom of it, you need to take out stands. And the problem with stands is you can't always take those stands perfectly, yes, you have to damage them if you want to take it out. So those are the problems we have when we're dealing with tellies. Now 80% of faults of the TVs can be taken away. Literally. 1, the backlight could be mounted not at the bottom where those cuffs are, and mounted the way that you're taking the backlight out without taking the display. So it's no touching of the display at all would be when you replace the backlight. That would save you tons of hassle. Second foremost, backlight could be at the bottom, that's not a problem, and spread it at the top with an edge backlight, because we're talking only about the newer technology, we're not talking about the full backlight. And then the cuffs could be at the top, and the electronics, the driver board, could be at the top, and then that would save you a hassle of risking the display, yes, when you're taking it out. And that would make sure that this TV will last for longer, because display can last for many years. You know, I've got monitors which have over 10 years now, and they are fine. They are working still. There are customers who are coming here. I'll replace the processor died, for instance, or power supply, need new capacitors or something. But in general, you know, it's fine. Even the backlight is fine, yes. So this really can last. TVs should last over 10 years. That should be the case. But if those LEDs have parameters which are abuse, yes, because they have too much current when one of the LEDs are dying, there is no notification to the user. Issue with a backlight. Do you want to keep using your TV or service it? Yes. If you don't do it, then you're melting that diffuser sheet, and then you've got shadow, and then sometimes when you open it, you can't even open it. It's like glued together, yes, because it was so much power of the light warmth that it melted, yes. And you can put diffuser, even Samsungs are, I think, the most common one for melting diffusers. You can Google it yourself and you can see how severe it is. So this could be overcome, yes. And those issues like backlight are in many TVs, like most of the TVs I have is a backlight issue. If now you could have swappable backlight without risking the display, you could save most of the TV repairs, yes. Unfortunately, it's not the case. That's why customers need to be aware about the risk of repair, and unfortunately we can't guarantee if the repair will be successful or not. We for sure will spend 1.5 hours, 2 hours, yes, to deal with it. And when you see those stands, small stands which I've shown here, now I've got a 3D printer, I could print them out, but it's an additional cost for the customer. So either you end up with small spots. I'll try to see if I can show you, because one of the customers sent me a picture. I did check and I've seen that, you know, was okay, so I didn't plug in any source or anything, and customer wasn't happy, and customer is right that it's not happy. Okay, so let me show you again. Oh, okay, now I don't see a Chrome. Yeah, that should be. Look, I can't share with you. Okay, I don't. Okay. I'll copy and I'll paste. Guys, it's my folder are two Chromes, and on one of the Chromes I can't show you exactly. So let me attachment. Okay, should be yes. So you see those dots, 1.2.3.4.5 and more here, and this is why, because I've used the original tidied up original stands as many as I could, and the rest, which was only 8 good and there were 17, I had to improvise and put other. So in that case, customer, yes, has a new backlight, but guess what, has dots. And I said to the customer, look, bring in the TV, I'll print it out. I was telling during the repair that those stands are breaking. Customer seen the messages, talked to me, but never said to stop it. So I've continued. When I've continued, I've done it. I said you can come collect it. We switch on, unfortunately on the dark screen. Now I've got a lesson to switch on the light screen as well. So we switch on, and I said, look, on the dark is fine. He was happy, paid, taken. And then he wrote to me and sent me that picture, yes, with those dots. And I said, look, no problem. You can always bring back the TV. I'll pay you back the money you want. I can replace those backlights onto your old ones, because the issue was that the TV wasn't turning on properly from time to time, and that was because of the backlight. So he's seen that my diagnosis was right, yes, but unfortunately the stands, I couldn't predict those stands, yes, that these stands for the display caused the issue with the backlight. So that's the whole culprit. I said I can print it out, I won't even charge you for that. Bring it in. Customer said no. I said, okay, so bring it, I'll replace the backlight, and I'll refund you 100%. You'll get your old backlight back, yes. And still customer is not willing, I think. This customer was really, at one point, was really rude, threatening me, yes. And I said, look, you've got terms and conditions, you agreed to the terms and conditions, that there might be complications, and I've got no influence on that. I can only guarantee you putting 100% back. If you paid for anything, I can put 100% back, but we reverse back to original. So that's what it is, guys, with repairs of the TVs. Either you've got luck or you don't have luck, but you've got those two technologies. And if you're willing to repair your TV, you need to be aware about the risk. And if you're okay with the risk, we can proceed, yes. As an Inte team, we strive to produce fixable TVs and better quality TVs, and that's our plan. So if you stick with us, if you can subscribe as a member, it's open now. We're running trial, so we don't charge yet, but in the next month or two we will start that. I'll leave a video here on YouTube. So we're taking members for £10 per month, and then we use these funds to buy, and when we receive faulty electronics from people, because we receive for free from people, then we will try to repair these, put it back to the shop, and then as well produce ourselves in the future our own electronics, or have contracts with companies which producing electronics. I'm speaking now with one. I found one manufacturer of tablets. Unfortunately, I can't get into contract with them because they don't pay Google Mobile Services, GMS, and I would have to pay that, and it's the license of $2,000. So I said no, I won't be doing it. Either he will be able to provide me with the license, or we don't have a business and I'll find someone else who can offer me as well screens, chips, charging ports, displays and batteries after purchase. Yes, if I can find one and the Google services will be installed, we can take it, no problem. If the price will be even slightly higher, but we will have all the components, we're happy, yes, because we can provide proper support, and other repair shops can take the benefit of us going through first and then replacing those chips, replacing those issues, and knowing how to do it themselves afterwards. So that's it, guys. That's everything in this video. Hopefully you get value out of it. Hopefully you see that we trying our best to do it. Sometimes we might spend 2 hours on it and it might end up as it is, yes. Now I see that if something will be breaking, I will be letting customer know that either we leave in it as it is, or I need to 3D print it, and that will be an additional cost, unfortunately, because what else can I do? Yes, I can't make always possible to remove the display safely and guarantee 100% of the job. Yes, I can't, sorry. I'm not a miracle maker, yes. Now with that line, which you've seen at the very beginning, I can run with my COF bonding soldering iron, but it's still a risk for the TV, and if something will go wrong, I'm spending additional 2 hours to fix it, which customer don't want to pay for, and frankly said, you know, it's only my risk, yes, but I need to have 2 hours, which nobody will pay me for, and there is 30 to 40 jobs waiting on me in the queue. So I need to say no in that case to the customer, or say wait until I will have spare time, which might be in a month time, let's say, yes, because there's no better solution to that. I'm not a miracle maker, sorry guys, yes. Thank you, see you in the next video, take care, bye bye.